Let's look at some random comic book covers from my collection. How about we start off with one of these that is extremely extravagant. This is 2099 AD Genesis number 1, published by Marvel Comics in 1996. Look at how beautifully epic chrome gimmick cover this cover is, featuring artwork by Humberto Ramos and Carl Kiesel. It's just utterly beautiful to behold this comic in real life. It's also a wraparound cover featuring all of the greatest hits of the 2099 universe: X-Men 2099, Spider-Man 2099, Fantastic Four 2099, and etc. And then when you lay it all out flat to see it like this, it is one of the most beautiful comics ever. Next up, we've got a really interesting cover from my collection, Tesoro de Cuentos Clásicos. So this is a series from Mexico that debuted in the 1950s and went all the way to the 70s. This is actually issue 209 from right about at the end of the run. It went up to 211 issues, and it talks about the diabolical year 1980, because you know the Antichrist and apocalypse and all that good stuff was going to happen in the future. And so this has a truly horrific cover that is eye-catching, terrifying, and just WTF-ifying on all levels. We've got floating heads, we've got chickens with scorpion tails, and all manner of demonical stuff that will happen in the year 1980. Terrifying. Next up, from 1994, we've got the Fantastic Four, number 387, with an amazing gimmick cover. This one is pencils by Paul Ryan and inks by Danny Baulanadi. Yeah, there we go, nailed it. And so we've got the Invisible Woman, we've got Namor, we've got the Human Torch, the Thing, Lila. We've got a bunch of stuff happening, and Sue intoning, "They're dead. Johnny and Ben, I saw them die." Well, not only do we have that cover, but then when we open it up, we've got this cover where the background and the scene is actually different, and another Invisible Woman saying that's me. So we've got the Invisible Woman with her classic boob window outfit, looking at herself in her classic outfit, and then on the front cover we've got that version of the cover. Amazing. Let's jump back in time to 1974 and look at the cover of Star Reach number 1. This has got pencils, ink, and colors by Howard Chaykin, or as he was known at the time, Howie Chaykin. We've got Cody Starbuck, also featuring the works of Jim Starlin, Steve Skeets, and Walt Simonson. This is a classic underground comic. Well, it's a little bit past the prime of the undergrounds, but still an independent comic book by the creators that would later on come to define the world of comics. In the beginning here, strutting their stuff. Here's a Jim Starlin, and you can definitely feel it's Jim Starlin because of the cosmic nature of it all and the, differently skin-toned characters that he would be known for at a certain point. And we've got Howard Chaykin art that, of course, we would know for decades to come. Star Reach number 1. Here we have one of my utterly favorite gimmick covers from the 90s. We have Hellstorm, Prince of Lies, number 1, published in 1993. We've got Michael Blair and Mark Beecham cover art. But what I really like about this deluxe version of the art, it's like a parchment version of the cover. It's got this style to it that feels like a scroll. We've also got these red highlights. If you touch them, actually, they're like little felt crushed red velvet on a few parts of the design, in addition to the brown tones of parchment. We've got an amazing looking Damien Hellstorm. We've also got Satana right there. And this is just one of my absolute favorite covers that Marvel put out in the extreme 90s. Hellstorm number 1. Here's one of the most WTF comics that I own, and also one of the most WTF comics that exists. This is Life with Archie number 37, published in 2010. Here we have some amazing Alex Ross cover art, and he's well known for creating some of the most realistic, beautiful depictions of fantastical comic book characters. But the characters of Archie, especially Archie and Jughead, are just so cartoony that it makes it really difficult to depict them in a realistic manner. Well, Alex Ross definitely tried to depict them in a realistic manner, and what we get is this extremely freaky perspective and look upon the characters with these weird, just utterly weird smiles that they all have. What's also weird about this comic is this is the one 1 year later after Archie is assassinated. Yeah, did you know that Archie was assassinated in 2010? And it happened 1 issue ago, and here is the aftermath. Life with Archie, number 37. Here's a conspiracy that is truly unsolvable. The Lone Gunmen, issue number 1, is the only issue in existence of this series. Was it too hot to handle? Was it too much to publish? Was Dark Horse Comics silenced and no other volumes of this comic were ever published? Well, this comic goes along with the TV show, which was a spin-off of the X-Files, which followed the Lone Gunmen in their attempts to uncover the cover-ups. Well, they were covered up at one point because this comic only lasted 1 issue, with an amazing cover by Paul Lee, signed as Polly. We've got this amazing high-tech stuff happening in the background, like code and hacker stuff. And we've got all the main characters that come out in this spin-off TV show, which I thought was very enjoyable. But you know, they didn't want you to know the truth, and they Rick and Morty, number 1, one of the most important comics that was published in the 21st century. I've got a copy right here. When it debuted in the newsstands, I picked it up, and it's in my collection. I love it, but I also love collecting the variants and the subsequent printings of issue number 1. I've got first printing, second printing, third printing. They're all part of my collection, and I've also got the 4th printing right here with Mr. Poopy Butthole Pants. What was his name again? Something about poop. Anyway, there he is. Like, he was always there. Hey, look at me. I don't know his catchphrase anymore. But yeah, this is a hilarious cover because it's the first cover of the first printing, and he was always there having adventures with all of them the whole time. It's just a fun way to do a variant cover between first printing and 4th printing, and I've got them both in my collection. What about you? Just a sweet and simple foil gimmick cover, but we've got green foil, which fits very well with the sensational She-Hulk number 50 special 48-page issue. We've got John Byrne as the cover artist, and we've got, again, this just beautiful green foil, which really stands out from the other foil covers of the time. We've got a little bit of silver at the top, just kind of an abstract, also sort of a Ken Nagel style of this cover, very simple. Then we've got a necklace here with a shiny diamond 50th anniversary, which was also happening with the 30th anniversary of the Amazing Spider-Man. Wow, 1992 was more than 30 years ago. And at that time, it was amazing to think that Spider-Man had been around 30 years. But anyway, here is the 50th anniversary issue of the sensational She-Hulk, Volume 2. So I've been showing all of these covers that are issue number 1, but I'm going to cheat and show a bunch of covers from this series, Weird World, that Marvel published after Secret Wars, the second Secret Wars. And I'm going to show all of these amazing Mike Del Mundo covers, because as soon as I saw these at the comic shop, I knew I had to buy them. Each one is just an eye-catching, beautiful cover that he puts together for this series of this forgotten character, this forgotten world, a weird world. I'm showing them a bit out of order here, but all of these covers are just beautiful, eye-catching Mike Del Mundo cover art, and he did the interiors, which are tremendously gorgeous. His style is just out of this world. It's his own style. Whenever I see him do a series, I pick it up no matter what it is, because I love Mike Del Mundo art. You should too. I loved reading the What If comics back in the day because they let you go off into these weird, extravagant, interesting plot lines, such as what if the Hulk had killed Wolverine? This is issue number 50 of the What If series, volume 2, I believe. And of course it's a 90s comic because it's got this foil cover here. So this is 1993 prime gimmick cover time. I loved it. It's a foil embossed. It's just so funny. It's Wolverine's adamantium skeleton with silver foil embossing on the cover right on his grave. And then we see the reflection of the Hulk. If you think about it, the more you think about it, the more this cover does not make sense. So don't think too hard about it. Just think about the promise of what if the Hulk had killed Wolverine in this giant-sized 50th spectacular issue. Let's go back to the power and beauty of Mike Del Mundo with Weird World Volume 2. That was published after the original Weird World as part of the Secret Wars storyline. Again, beautiful covers that just caught my attention at the comic shops that I knew I had to get this series. Actually, I got this volume first. I loved it, and then I went back and got volume 1, the one that I showed previously in this video, and they make a really great set piece together. You know, the male perspective, the female perspective in the world of Weird World, and Mike Del Mundo's art just ties it all together. And I'm, spoiler alert, but I'm surprised that it had a really sad ending in issue number 6. That's as much as I will say. It was a sad ending. But the comic all together, all 6 issues are utterly amazing, and you need to get a copy of them for yourself. Get the whole thing, Mike Del Mundo art, amazing. Let's close off this trip through memory lane of amazing covers with the #1 selling comic book of all time, X-Men #1, the Jim Lee years. So we've got here, this is one of the many variants of that first issue because of course there were different panels in the comic, and this is the one that's got all 4 panels in one amazing gatefold. We've got the, volume or version A, version B, version C, and then this is version D with all of them put all together. So we've got Storm and Beast Jean Grey version, we've got Colossus Psylocke version, we've got Wolverine and Cyclops version, and then of course we've got Magneto version. And here they are all put together in one beautiful gatefold, double gatefold cover that has all of the amazing art that Jim Lee was known for at the time. This is pure nostalgia straight into my veins. Beautiful.